John was making the case for, where do values fit in to this, and I'm curious, I guess both of you guys, do you think that which agenda, I won't say agenda, which theme do you think is at the forefront of this? Is it values at the expense of administration, or administration at the expense, or administration should be subject to the values of parents in general? Because, or maybe even a wild card option, is it that no one necessarily trusts the values that the state has been
I think for parents, I think there are a wide variety of reasons that they want school choice. For some, it's, I want my kid to have that religious education. I want them to be have the same kind of spirituality that I was raised in. Fine. For some parents, it's I want my kids to be engineers or doctors or lawyers, or contribute to society, or musicians, or contribute to society. And
so I want to pick a specific school for that purpose.
Yeah, and whatever their academic pursuits are for their kids, that's like, this is our focus. This is something we really care about. For other parents, it might be I don't want my kid to be bullied. I want my kid to be especially safe. I don't want to send my kid to a school that has metal detectors.
Right.
Or I want my kid to be in a learning environment that is free of drugs. And for other parents, it's just that trust. That I don't have a lot of trust in the system as it is currently constituted to deliver for me and my family. And some parents are probably just offended that they're not being listened to.
Well, also,
or some combination of all of those things.
Yeah, and also part of the problem is that parents are so overworked because they both mom and dad have to have 2 full-time jobs, likely to even afford to pay for their own housing and food, let alone a school that they definitely can't afford. So it's just and not just because of inflation. It's more just the system in place. I mean, 250 years ago, mom and dad were both working on the family farm and they raised their children together. But as soon as the Industrial Revolution took on, I mean, it's like fathers went out of the home. And as soon as the wars happened, mothers left the home. And now they're both working. And that's just the expectation because of the paradigm that we've created over the last 50 to 100 years. And that's unsustainable long term. And so childcare continues to get more expensive and more demanding. And it feels like it's impossible to fix this system gradually without some eventual and inevitable collapse in some ways. And it makes people, I think, on edge, and it increases tension and stress. But my hope is that this could actually relieve that tension. And even if there's some kind of collapse that people feel, I don't think it's as cataclysmic or apocalyptic as some people make it seem.
People who have been without choice for so long have forgotten the power that comes. May have forgotten the power that comes with choice.
The top-down system that we have right now really disempowers parents to play one of that most critical role. It essentially tells them, your preferences don't matter. We got this. And for a lot of kids, they in fact do not got this.
Right. The parents want to instill a good moral compass in their children, but when the schools tie their hands or the government ties their hands, it makes it seem impossible. But I mean, isn't that the whole purpose of education, to instill virtue in the lives of young people?
That's one purpose, and a lot of parents, I think especially Catholic parents, really value that. I value that. I want my children to be good, moral stewards of their place on this earth. And more than that, I want them to be competent to think clearly about how the world works, how it ought to work. and to be cheerful, and to be kind. And that's on me. That is on me to make those decisions to help my kids have that in their lives, to have that grounding. But for a lot of parents, those kids are away from them for 8 to 10 hours a day. I would think that a parent's trust in the place where they're sending those kids is of utmost importance.
You would hope.
But to the extent that those parents don't have choices about where they get to send their kids, where they can't look those school administrators in the eye and shake their hand and say you're doing a good job, if that handshake, if that trust is irrelevant, we're failing families, we're failing kids if trust in schooling, trust in that school is irrelevant.